everybody! And Lally, hello! Where's that mo again? Ah, there it is. Lally, hello everybody! And welcome to Dwarves! I very much doubt I'm going to be using this outfit. Hilarious thing! I'm like, oh, damn! This is a crafting thing, isn't it? I'll quickly go and grab this outfit, and then it's like, you can't glam at that outfit. Why is that? Because you haven't got the level 80 gear on you yet. And I'm like, ugh. Well, I guess we'll use it then. So yes, welcome to It's Dwarfing Time. Welcome to the Beast Tribe quests for the Dwarves, which I was kind of hoping would get, but I didn't expect it to be related to the quest that we got for the Ether quests, which is interesting. A Tomran dwarf finds himself far from home. Far by Tomran standards, that is. Also, we're probably going to take this helmet off soon because you miss kind of a lot of the emotes. Bugger at my beard! He scared the life out of me! Whew. For a moment, I thought you were a hobgoblin. Seems being so far from Tomra has got me jumping at shadows. Hold on. I know you. Do you? You're the one who was helping Ronit. As for me, my name's Regit. I forgot to introduce myself before, but I was there when that little lad gave his first proper LALI-HELOOOOOO. What? You don't remember me? Well, in all fairness, the fact you're covered from head to toe in identical outfits does make it a little difficult to tell one dwarf from the next. Well, they have their ways and we have ours. Anyways, it's wonderful to see you again, Alexander. Regit was just asking us for directions. Oh, I'd almost forgotten about that. Actually, I was on my way to... what was it called? Crystal Town. No, that's not it. Something to do with crystals. Why can't I remember the sudden name? You see, Ronit is nowhere. You see, Ronit is nowhere to be found. He did leave a note behind in Tomra. Yes, I'll have it right here. How are you so high in the sky for that lally jump? To whoever might be concerned, I am after a crystarium to find my first and best friend, Alexander. If the chief asks where I've gone, just make something up. The automaton will take care of my work. So he should have no reason to complain. Oh, don't forget to feed him while I'm away. With coal, that is. Bye! That's what it says anyways. The boy may have mastered the fine art or a good old-fashioned LALI-HELOOOOOO, but that won't get him very far in the Cristeria, or whatever it's called. Yes, and even if the opening pleasantries go as planned, it's what comes after that matters most. He'd be the first to admit that polite conversation isn't exactly his forte. Since he went looking for Alexander, maybe the two of you could go and find him before he gets into, or causes any trouble. That reminds me, will Ronit being away lead to any difficulties in the rock phosphate for grog arrangement between our villages? The Ore-hound ogre he built seems to be going about its work as normal, even without him here to operate it. So I think we'll be fine for the time being. Alright, that settles it. We're off to find Ronit. Although I should probably point out that it's actually the first time I've gone more than a mile or so outside of Tomra. And I'm counting on you. So please try to keep the mishaps and misadventures to a bare minimum. Yes, I know how to do that. Not that I'm scared, mind you. Oh, no, not one bit. Oh. Well, without further ado, let's make haste for the Christatorium. Christatorium? Christopher. And we wish you both a safe journey to the Crystarium. Crystarium? Hee. So yes, as normal with all the beast tribes, you've got to get the first question straight away, because then you get 2 lots of the first day. Because you're genius. Alright, where is my wee friend? What's that? Oh, I forgot about that. So, Marrow Launch. Oh, hello there, cheery gad. Another dwarf? Or is it the same one I saw before? I've never seen so many people in one place. Unfortunately, none of them is our errant engineer. Ah, where could he be? I wouldn't be surprised if he's whimpering in some corner, wishing he'd never come here. With all these big folk wagging about, he's probably scared one of them will trip over him. Or slap my arse and call me a fucker. You're the second, honest to God's dwarf I've seen tonight. Really? So where was the first? Over by the main. Plain hide and seeks by the looks of it. Or maybe he was just lost. Don't know. Ah, that's him, it's gotta be. Come on, Alexander. Let's go and nab him before he runs off again. Hup! Ow! So this is the mean, eh? From the name, I thought it would be full of scowling faces. But they all seemed quite friendly. Anyway, where'd Ronit get to? Ha! Found him! Oh, so many of them! So sudden tall! Oh, I wish Alexander were here! Alexander detected! I saw that! That was an emotion! Alexander! Oh, shite! Oi! What shit show us? That's got me intrigued, because clearly they made it so that you could see that he was unhappy from the eyes. Could we do that? Or is that something they just built in for this character for this cutscene? So, when you heard that Alexander is staying in the Crystarium, you came here looking for him? It's quite the journey for one so young. Getting here was easy. Starting conversations what's hurt. Every time I try giving someone a good old-fashioned lolly-o, they'll look at me like I'm daft or something. Ah, never mind all that. You found Alexander in the end. Or he found you. More like, whatever. Come to think of it, why were you looking for him in the first place? It's simple, really. I always thought that Alexander was just, I don't know, helpful traveller or some sort. But the chief tells me he's a hero who risked life and limb to save the world. When I heard that, I thought that it's only right that I do the same. Well, the trouble is, I'm not sure where to start. But I'm not going back to Tomra until I find a way to prove myself your equal. And while I'm not much of a fighter, there are other ways I can help those in need. Because unlike the rest of the village, who can't think beyond their next pint of ale, I've got big dreams, ambitions. Right now, there's nothing wrong with a well-earned drink or 10 after a hard day's work. But that's beside the point. How can you hope to compete with someone like Alexander? He might be known as the greatest warrior the world's ever seen. But there's one thing I can do better than you. Crafting. Ha! I'm a crafter too, you fluffy bearded nincompoop. Actually, I've been known to dabble in artisanry myself. What? Oh, you must be joking. Now there's a surprise. Had I known sooner, I'd have asked you to help around the mean. If you have a moment to spare, come and see me. I've all sorts of tasks lined up for a master craftsman. Now that's interesting because that'll be a unique line because I've not unlocked the crystalline mean quests yet. Trust me to make friends with one of those annoying people who's good at everything. Well, I suppose there's no need to make it into a competition though. Why don't we, what's the word? Cooperate, that's it. There might be someone around here who needs our help. How about you, miss? Got anything that needs mending? Or maybe one of my patented automata can carry out a few menial tasks. Where to begin? We did receive a report a few days ago of a caravan of merchants being attacked by roving senators, not far from Sullen. While they were able to escape without any casualties, they had no choice but to abandon almost all of the produce they were transporting. I fear it's only a matter of time until it happens again. Is there anything you can do? Senators! Ah, bugger that! This Fetch-O-Matic Mechatoad might come in handy. A few extra spiky bits should do the trick. On second thought, it might take more than that. I'll need somewhere to use as a workshop to carry out some modifications. You mean to say you built these yourself? It certainly is, imposing. In a way, only a three-wheeled mechanical frog can be. Now there's a fine compliment if I ever heard one, I think. This example of Dwarf engineer is lovingly crafted by young Ronit. Young Ronit here. He's a descendant of a great blacksmith, Watts, and well on his way to becoming the pride of Tomra in his own right. Yes, judging by the quality of his work, I can see why. In fact, I have a proposal. If you're willing to lend us your expertise, we can arrange space for you to use as a workshop. Really? When I say space, that's essentially all there is. We'd planned to build a storehouse near the Austral Imperative, but we had to divert our resources elsewhere, and it was never completed. It seems to me you'd put it to good use. After all, a friend of Alexander is a friend of ours. Ah, that's very generous of you, miss. I'll turn that place into a first-class workshop in 2 shakes of a newborn spirit. Bird? Yay, don't shake that newborn spirit. Excellent. I'll inform those at the Imperative, so they aren't too surprised when automatas start appearing out of the blue. I suggest you make yourselves known to Lorathia, who owns the land. She's a regular at the Clear Melt Springs, so try there first. Sounds like some meeting and greetings in order. I reckon it'll go a lot smoother if you're there to cover for me. In the likely event I put my foot in it somehow. I also have no bloody idea how to get there, so lead the way. I really do need to unlock those quests. Where's the exit? Right, so it is closest to here. And now where's my little froggy friend? If I recall correctly, I'm sure it's here. Yeah, this looks like this has been built new. So it's very, very likely that it's there, yes. Is this new? This has to be new. I've never seen this in my life. If this isn't new, I don't know what to believe anymore. Beep boop, beep beep boop 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 beep boop. These hot springs look awfully, well, hot. I'd go for a dip myself, but I'm worried my head would boil inside my helmet. Taking off first out the question, obviously. So this is Clear Melt, eh? Funny name for a bunch of rocks and a couple of ponds, if you ask me. More importantly, where's that Lorathia person? You there, old clone! I'm looking for Lorathia. You know where she is? Call me an old crone again and I'll rip that silly beer off and shove it down your throat, you mouthy little gobshite. But if it's Lorathia you're after, you're looking at her. What do you want? Catalyst Central, did she? She thinks you're alright. That's good enough for me. So tell me, what are you planning to make in this workshop of yours? And don't go thinking you could impress me with a load of technical jargon. I was an engineer myself, you know. I'm going to modify this here automaton so that it can transport goods and keep them safe from slithers. It won't be transporting much of anything with those stubby little arms, let alone fending off attackers. And even if you could store goods in its torso, by the time it's done windmilling into the bastards, all of those wares will have been shaken to buggery. Good luck to the poor sods who have to sell that. Yeah, but the windmill is the best part. Ronit, the old woman has a point, you know. Less of the old, or I'll use that beard of yours to scrub the baths, with the rest of you still attached. So, we need a way to carry as much as possible while striking the sneezes from a distance. Huh. Ah, that's it. Everyone gather round. Wicked white. It's so old. The ink's probably the only thing holding it together. Oh, it's so pretty. Also, it's just like super cool to see. The design's from the days before the flood. The brainchild of the great Watts himself. It's a self-propelled transportation device, armed to the teeth. I call it the Rolling Tankard. Its thick iron shell keeps the cargo inside safe and sound, while the cannon blasts any attackers to smithereens. What an amazing coincidence that you had the perfect solution in your pocket the whole time, even before you knew what the problem was. This ain't no coincidence. Ever since I've found a bunch of blueprints in a tightly locked safe back when I was little, I've taken them with me wherever I go. Never knowing what's his ideas might come in handy. Of course, I'm not just gonna make one of these. Oh no, I'll make a whole bunch of them and send them all over Northrend. Soon everyone will see how great dwarven engineering really is. But this only shows how it should look from the outside, with no mention of the inner workings. Are you sure you can pull this off? Well, it does kinda show the inside. I'll bet my beard on it. And to be honest, dwarven technology has come a long way since Watt's time. He probably didn't design the insides because there was no way to actually make something like this back then. Luckily, we've got my skills to bring Watts' ideas to life. I'll have a prototype up and running in no time. Listen, Ronit, you're not the only one who knows how to swing a hammer around here. If we combine our efforts, it'll be ready even sooner. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. I must say, I'd be interested to see how this all turns out. I'll let you use my land, as long as you don't turn it into a smouldering crater. You won't regret this, but if we're to build a workshop, you'll need a few more pairs of hands. I'll head back to Thornra and round up some volunteers. Hold it right there. If this place is going to be overrun with dwarves, at least give me some way to tell you apart. How am I meant to know who's who if you're all dressed like that? Not sure if you realise this, madam, but we dwarves don't exactly have extensive wardrobes. But in the interest of smooth running operations, I'll ask my friend Karut if there's anything we can do. So much for helping. More like bugger off back to Dumbra and leave poor Ronit to do everything by himself. Well, you're still here, so you can give me a hand instead. Let's go and take a look at this plot of land, shall we? That land used to belong to a relative of mine who moved to the Crystarium to get away from the Senators. Since then, I've been at a loss as to what to do with it. I'm not exactly inundated with potential tenants, as you can well imagine. This place has to be new. It has to be. There's no real way for us to check though, so I'm just gonna slowly go insane. Oops. do 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 ba 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 ba. Beep boop. Welcome to the workshop. Or workshop to be, I suppose I should call it. Either way, this is where Watts' vision will become reality. Although I have to admit, it's not going to be easy as I've made out. Having you here does make the task seem less daunting though. And even though I was a bit miffed at first to hear you into crafting as well, you know, stealing my thunder and all that, I'm glad we got something coming. If you can lend a hand between whatever it is the Warrior of Darkness does the rest of the time, it'd mean the world to me. So what do you say, Alexander? Will you help me? What the world needs now is tanks, sweet tanks. Of course I'll help. No, you talked yourself at this. Build your own damn tanks. What? No, of course I'll help. I was worried you were going to say no for a moment there. Now, let's make some tanks. I'm surprised the no wasn't a joke about no thank you. But before that, there are a few things we need to get in order. We won't get much work done without something at least resembling a workshop. If you're in the mood for helping, maybe I could rustle up some basic parts. I've got a list of everything I need. Anyone with even a passing interest in metalworking should be able to manage it. So I'm sure you'll be fine. As another example of my incredible foresight, I've already had the Fetch-O-Matic Mechatoad collect a load of random, potentially very useful, materials on the way over. That should be enough. If you somehow manage to bugger it up, don't worry, we got plenty more. Well, got plenty more. I'll be taking care of the rest of the preparations, so come and see me when you're done. Alright? Beep boop, beep boop boop. Alright, creative workshop supplies. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot that I added the trial synthesis. What level is it? Sure. Easy peasy. All done? Let's see what you brought me then. Workshop supplies containing vital pieces of the puzzle that is Ronit's workshop. Unfortunately, you're not privy to the details surrounding the assembly, though rather than being some closely guarded secret, is largely due to the fact that Ronit is hopeless when it comes to adequately explaining things. There you go. Gotta say, I wasn't expecting it to be quite this good. Not sure enough for it yet. Me and the Mechatoad will take care of the rest, so you go and put your feet up for a bit. Don't want you taking all the credit now. It's Dwarf time! Why won't you give us that outfit, goddammit? Like, as not just a tank outfit, I just want it as a standard outfit. There we are. Welcome to Watsonville. The two of you did all this? I can't believe it. Is that you, Ronit? Why, I hardly recognise you. Have you done something with your beard? Well spotted, Garut. According to legend, Watts had a brown beard and white horns. Seeing as I'm his descendant, I thought I'd follow suit. Now that we've got a proper workshop, we can get started on making a prototype for the Roland Tankard. To tell the truth, I'm not used to having this sort of pressure. Still, I've got you and the others here to do the heavy lift, essential tasks. So I'm sure everything will go exactly as planned. Speaking of essential tasks, I'll be handling the supply of the various parts and whatnot. So come and see me when you're ready to show us those skills of yours. Ronit and his fellow dwarves have thrown themselves wholeheartedly into their newest enterprise, namely, to provide trundling death machines for the needy. Ah, yes, the orphans do need some trundling death machines. Beast Tribe quest complete! Bam, 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 bam. What's Anvil? Beast Tribe quests unlocked! Your appreciation is increased to friendly. You've achieved friendly reputation with What's Anvil. Dwarf Beast Tribe quests are now available for Reddit at What's Anvil. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from Mizoot. Oh. Dwarven Crafts. What can we buy so far? Yeah, so just the materia basically. Ah, and some slither sand obviously. Well, as usual, we always do the 3 on the unlock, so little and neighbours. Regget has the look of a dwarf with work to share. As you know, we're going to need a bloody mountain of bits and pieces to make our tanks, and bugger me if those soldiers at the castle don't kindly offer to help out, or didn't kindly offer to help out. So in exchange for them sharing their supplies, we promised to fix up their gear and whatnot. A little give and take, you understand. I've already sent a tinkerer over to Ostal to start repairing equipment, but he's working all on his own. Could probably use a hand. And look, you got 2 of them! Clean beer, killing mind. Regget, whatever, seems perturbed by the condition of his beard. Considering the nature of our work, it's unavoidable that the anvil accumulates its fair share of oil and grime. But as we labour away at our tasks, all that filth finds its way into our whiskers. A dwarf can't be expected to concentrate while his beard resembles a cotton ball dragged through a puddle of mud. And the worst of it is, we're always running low on grooming supplies. I need you to find our procurer over at Foot Job and help him stock up on beard care essentials. This is an emergency. Foundations of Steel. Regget has steel on his mind. It says metal, I said steel because the quest says steel and I got confused. So you've been wandering around the anvil for a while now. Out of all the myriad materials we produce here, which do you reckon is the one we use the most on a day-to-day basis? You get steel plates? Then congratulations. Seems your eyes are as keen as your hands. Indeed, the sound of a hammer on steel is the sound of creation here at the anvil. The birth of anything from a simple chest to a tag fit for combat. Just like your eyes and your hands, I suppose your mind is keen enough to gather what I might be asking you to make next, then. We're constantly running low on steel sheets, and the whole of the anvil would be grateful if you made a few for us. Go and see our smithy over at the weathering and tell him I sent you. Right, I can do that. Do 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 do, ba ba dum bum bum ba dum. Like, if you actually look at the number of different outfits that the dwarves can have, there's only essentially 3 different outfits. So I wish that they'd like give the 3 as glamourable like level 1 outfits for like all classes. Oh, did Ricket send you too? Brilliant. I have plenty of arms and armor to knock back into shape, but not enough parts to mend them. I'd appreciate it if you could take these scrap and put together 3 repair kits for mending blades, spearheads and the like. The automaton will cough up more material if you need them. Otherwise, you can drop them in my lap when you're done. Alright, what we need armor repair kits. Just normal quality. I know that would have probably been quick. Actually, I can test. Would it have been just quicker to do that normally? Eh, 6 2/3. Would have obviously been a lot quicker without the failures. See? Would have also been a lot quicker if I was in better gear, but you know. LALI-HELOOOOOO! You have the repair kits I needed? Indeed I do. The repair kit contains specialized items for the maintenance and mending of soldierly equipment. Aye, that's the stuff. In fact, these kits might be better quality than the gear I need to fix. Right, I'd best get to work. You can head back to Ricket and tell him we're holding up our side of the bargain. I guess we'll head to this one and teleport to the last. Then we can teleport back to here and then go straight back to there to finish. So let's see. No, we want to go on here. So we need 510. So yeah, that won't be enough. Because what is it? 60 I think we'll get off each of these. So that'll be 180. So 360. So it's going to take at least a couple of days. Beepity boop boop. Don't know why I always talk to them. Taking on the craft now was meant to save my arse, as Ricket put it. He was quite effused in regards to his skills, in his way. And if even half of his bluster is true, then I'm glad to have you. The material we can gather here are altogether different from those we have in Colossia, and we have our hands full trying to keep up with increasing demand. Any way you could help us would be a godsend. I think a few ingots ought to help us along. 3 to be precise. This ore I've procured should suffice. But if for whatever reason you run out of materials, just get more from the automaton. Once you've finished, bring the materials to Ricket at once. Doubtless he is eager to begin ramping up production. Remember, if you run out, the automaton will help. Alright. We need to make some steel plate components. Where the bloody hell are those? Ah, there we go. Oh. The bad luck in that. Also, does it show that I've not touched this class in a while? Ugh. Ugh. Oh, thank God. Oh, the number of failures there always hurts me. Alright. Zip on over for job. And so yes, if you hadn't guessed, the mount that you will receive for like leveling up these is going to be the tank, which is pretty cool. Beep 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 beep. LALI-HELOOOOOO! Frigate getting impatient, is he? Well, the folk job folk just traded me a bundle of choice materials, so you can get straight to crafting. Here, see if you can't use something in that lot to forge 2 pairs of trimming scissors. The Mechatoad has more bits and bobs in reserve should you need them. Now, I was gonna ask you to visit me when you're finished, but you might as well deliver those kits directly to Wreck-It. Hopefully I'll get the chance to grow my own beard once I get back. I love how someone is using like cooking tools to make scissors. I mean, like, I imagine it's the same quest if they've come here. Alright, what do we need? The grooming kits? Yes, 2 grooming kits. Uno. Do 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 do. Do do do. And with that, easy peasy lemon squeezy. You have those grooming codes ready. Go ahead and run them over to Wreck-It at the anvil. Alright. I could never remember the names of places, I'm an idiot. Hostile Imperative. Wait, so it cost 100 to get over to there, but it cost 200 to get over to there. Makes sense? Back already, are you? How face our tinkerer? It sounds like he was well pleased with your contribution. Thanks for that, Alexander. We're guests in this neck of the woods after all, and I reckon it's wise to stay on the garrison's good side. The best way we can repay their hospitality, though, is to make our tanks as good as they can be. The protection they'll give the merchant caravans will be one less headache for the soldiers to worry about. One hammered fragment. Not a fragment, a fragment. Ha. There you are! How do you look with those beard care supplies? In fact, yes, lots of luck. This grooming kit contains items essential to a dwarf's beard care routine. LALI-HELOOOOOO! Aye, this'll help turn my whiskers back into the lush, silky strands they were meant to be. No more hair-based distractions for me. Back on Colusia, we had all the time in the world to care for our beards. Since we set up our workshop here though, grooming has taken second place to all this frenzied tank business. Still, even if our beards do look a bit bedraggled, it's because of how hard we've been working. Ah, you returned! I trust there were no insurmountable hurdles this time around. Nope, just some steel plates. The production of steel plates involves much more than an ingot and some fire, as can be plainly seen by the complexity of this component. Perfection! With this, we can produce even more sheets than we were before, and that means more metal for everyone. We use the sheets for everything from our helmets to our homes, to our tanks. We will never be without a need for them, or for your expert hand. So yeah, we're essentially like 1/3 of the way done. We'll get a second lot of these quests from doing the ones this afternoon. So as usual, probably tomorrow. I can't be bothered to do the math. I did want to check though. Because it definitely looked like they... Oops, didn't mean to do that. They did some sort of expression. But I'm like almost certain that's not been coded in. It doesn't look like it. So that was likely a like cutscene exclusive thing. LALI-HELOOOOOO! Isn't this great? All of us working together to make what's vision a reality. Now I know the tanks are designed for carrying goods and whatnot, but I thought Zemet might like to go for a ride one day. I also believe that this gets made into like a housing item, possibly just this like item itself. Well, what symbol? A workshop worthy to bear the name of our illustrious ancestor. It's hard to believe that the mastermind behind it all is none other than Ronit. I remember when he was too shy to even give a proper LALI-HELOOOOOO. He's certainly making up for lost time. Beep. Material salvage complete. Good work! You found an extra lump of coal. Back to work I go. Beep boop. Initiating self-destruct sequence. Proceed. Beep. Self-destruct sequence could not be completed due to an error. Please reset and try again. Right? Why didn't you say so? It's over here, I think. Ah, the one place I hadn't looked. It's my job to keep the workshop stocked up with all the supplies we might need. And before you ask, no, I haven't got any grog. No grog? Bah! Oi! Where'd you put the thingamabob? Which thingamabob is that? Gotta be a bit more specific, lad. The thingamabob with the woodsmith sticking out of it. Why didn't you say so? It's over here. Alright, is that everyone? What I wouldn't give for a swig of grog. I think this guy said something as well. No? I'll have a quick look upstairs. Anything to say? No. Oh, I spot another Lalafell. Sorry, another dwarf. What do you think? Does the colour suit me? The folks in Tomra might frown upon it, but they'd probably frown at me running off to help Ronit as well. True. Alright. With that, let's head over here, sure. Ah. Well, can I get on this? No, it is completely invisible walled off. Alright, we'll just stick next to you then. So with that, that's everything for part 1. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more Beast Tribe quests from the Dwarves. Bye bye!